Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'll be doing this eye study. Feel free to join me if you like. And here is a reference photo that I've taken off of pixabay.com. The materials I'm using are Big Pen, Thin and Medium, Kneaded Eraser, Drafting Pencil, and Electric Eraser. Also, the paper I'm using is the Strathmore Bristol Vellum. So starting off, I go from left to right. That's mainly because I'm right hand dominant. And if I was to draw from right to left, then my right hand would be resting on my finished piece, and that would cause some smudges and smears, and I don't want that. When I start with the drawing, I usually start with the darks. I'll go in with the pupil, the upper lid. I'll really get those darks in first around the iris. But again, I'm not really going in with a hard pressure. I want to do a medium pressure in the darks and then just apply layer after layer. But nothing too committed, nothing too solid, because that's going to make it look a lot more flat. I mention always going in with layers, starting off with a medium to light layer, mainly because even if it is a solid black area, it still can have some depth, and it's a strange idea that a solid black area could have some depth, but the layering of the pigment does create that, and it's just something that I think you just do over time, and you just see it over time, if that makes sense. So when you compare the finished drawing here with the reference photo that I use, you'll notice it's not photorealistic. It's realistic, but I'm not going for every minute detail. And you shouldn't either. The idea here is to enjoy your art, enjoy your drawing. Don't forget to do that. Don't compare. It's easy to do. I do it too. But have fun. I do this because I love it, and I love it so much. And I'm here to share that joy with you as well. So use a reference photo. There is no good or bad in using a reference photo. I think the only downside to reference photos, when a person copies a reference photo, they usually get a little conservative with their contrast and saturation. And that is where you are making your darks dark and your lights light. So I challenge you to use that reference photo, and as you're drawing and creating your shadows and your highlights, really compare them side by side and see if your darks are actually dark enough, because most of the time they may not be. As I'm drawing this right eye, the sclera, which is the white of the eye, is actually not that white. So when I go over it, you'll see that I go over it really, really softly, and I just do soft lines, and I'm just giving like depth to that white of the eye. You'll notice for the most part I'm using the thin point, which is the orange cartridge, but I also use a medium point here on the eyebrows, as well as some parts of the eye, so you'll notice the difference between the orange cartridge and the clear cartridge. That will be the difference between the thin point and the medium point. Pen, as you may have noticed, is not erasable like pencil. So when I'm going through my drawing, I'm really taking my time. I'm really going a lot lighter per layer, especially that first layer, than I need to, because if I make a mistake and I go in with a light layer, it's going to be a lot less noticeable than if I make a mistake and I go in with a hard pressure and I make a hard line. That's going to be hard to erase. So go in with that light pressure. When I see a lot of YouTube tutorials on eyes, I see a lot of just singular eye, and I feel like it's incomplete. I feel like both need to be included, because oftentimes we are good at drawing one eye over the other, the left versus the right, and it's really crucial, really important to draw both eyes and get good at drawing both eyes, because if you're drawing a portrait, if you're drawing a full figure, you need to be good at drawing the left as well as the right side. You'll notice I'm going in with the values first before texture. You want to go in with the shadows before you get the texture of the iris as well as the lashes, and that's generally kind of the order you go in mainly. That's going to give you an idea of the depth and 3D effect. With my lines and pin strokes here, I'm not really sticking to any particular style. I'll do crosshatch left and right, up and down, as well as circular motions, but I'm really trying to go in super duper light and get that nice blended look. It's going to be more cohesive to your whole piece. As you might be tired of hearing me say this, going in with layers is crucial, and this is going to add so much life, so much 3D, so much pop to your drawing. I can't really emphasize that enough. So one secret to drawing eyelashes in the lower lid and making them full of life is that oftentimes they usually clump together in 2s or 3s. So when you're drawing them, draw them kind of like together in 2s or 3s versus drawing them separate from each individual eyelash. All finished here, guys, and peeling away the tape. Feeling pretty satisfied with the outcome here. And here we are, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you next time. Bye.